Welcome back to a brand new. If you give me one more kiss, I'm gonna, oh God. I'm gonna freak out. I'm gonna freak out, dude. Bro, you're killing me, bro. Papa, you're killing me, dude. I know you're a teenager right now.
Aerials in the sky when you lose smile.
Welcome back to a brand new top 5. This one, you guys weren't expecting this one coming at you, but I got it. Top 5 Navy flight deck hacks. You guys know I operated on the flight deck. I operated on CVN-72, the USS Lincoln, and CVN-73, the USS George Washington. So I have almost 2 years total sea time, flight deck experience, and I got top 5 hacks for you. The first flight deck hack I have for you guys is to stay warm in the exhausts. Now, this can work in both types of aircraft, fixed wing and helicopters up on the flight deck. First, you can stay warm with the helicopter exhaust. If you're part of a helicopter squadron and you're working on the flight deck, you have to stand around the helicopter. We call it a safety circle. Basically, it stops other people from walking into the rotor arc. Because sometimes if the pilots bump, or air crewmen, if they bump the cyclic or the collective stick in the cockpit, it can tilt the angle of the rotor blades and people's heads have been lost. So basically we do this safety circle around the helicopter. Now when it's really, really cold on the flight deck, yes, you do have foul weather jackets on, but you're still freezing your fucking ass off most of the time. So if you stand in a certain spot behind the helicopter's exhaust, you will stay warm, man. You will stay warm up on the flight deck. Now, especially for fixed wing, because the F-18's exhaust is freaking insane. You will see people huddled, man. You will see people huddled around the exhaust. The second flight deck hack, use a vacuum to clean the pad eyes. If you don't know what a pad eye is, basically it's an anchoring point on the flight deck and in the hangar bay. It's where we hook up our chains, our aircraft chains to. One end goes into the pad eye, the other end goes onto the aircraft. Now these pad eyes are all over the flight deck and all over the hangar bay. And the bad thing about them is that they hold FOD, foreign object damage, can be concealed in these pad eyes, especially if there's water in them. So the bad thing is, being part of a squadron, this is one of the negative things. One of our AORs, our areas of responsibility on the flight deck and in the hangar bay, is to clean the water out of those pad eyes every single day. See, now if you're new, they're probably gonna give you a rag. They're only gonna give you rags, and what you do is just get that rag in between the pad eye and you just have to squeegee the water out. But don't do that. That thing will drive you freaking insane having to do that every single day with rags. Get a vacuum. Get the vacuum. You can check out a vacuum from the tool room. I swear to God you can. If they say no, go to a different squadron and get their vacuum. Somebody has a vacuum. It will make your life 1,000,000 times easier.
Who can say where the road goes, where the day flows, only time.
Number 3. This one will, if you get caught, you'll be considered a shitbag. Risk is on you. FOD walk down is every morning. You'll hear, out of your shops, out of your holes, out of your shops, out of your holes. FOD walk down. Get to the front of the bow for FOD walk down.
Thank you for participating in this afternoon's FOD walk down on the flight deck. Please ensure all FOD makes it to the appropriate FOD bags and look to see you at the 1900 hangar bay FOD walk down.
The 90th percentile, I was there.
Every single day. If you time it just right, you will take your poops during FOD walk down. A nice poop, man. Bring your video game, bring your Kindle, bring a nice book, bring a nice PQS to study, whatever you do during those times. But hey, man. No, but on a serious note, FOD is very important. Foreign object damage, it can down an aircraft like that. If FOD gets sucked up into the wrong places, it could be no bueno. This next one is pretty sneaky. Pretty sneaky guys do this. You can take a nap inside the helicopter cabin. Now up on the flight deck, there's a place called the helo hole. It's where we store all the helicopters. So if you see helicopters, you're like, how do they fit all the helicopters up there? Well, because the blades, we fold all the blades. The helicopter's blades fold and we stuff them into the helicopter hole. It's right in front of the island. So basically, when they're all in there, the helicopters are chilling, you can go inside the cabin. You can take a nap. You can take a nice little nap because there's a bag. A PR bag with all the aircrew equipment. It's nice and fluffy, nice and soft. Sometimes there's even chairs in the cabin where you can sit and relax in. Risk is on you though if you're caught taking a nap. Once again, just like taking the poop during photo walk down, you will be called a shitbag. The other place you can hide and sleep in is inside the F-18 exhaust. You gotta jump in there, slide all the way in, take a little snooze. This last one, I have seen people do this and I have seen people get in trouble for this. They're freaking idiots. If you're a lazy piece of shit and you wanna throw your trash overboard, please make sure that you at least tie the fucking bag. This dumbass threw the trash overboard. He didn't tie the bag. All the trash flew back up onto the fucking flight deck. And they look at the paper, they look at the trash, and they see the work center. They see names on there. They look at the names and they track it down to the work center. The work center's like, oh, it was Airman Schmuckatelli that was supposed to take out the trash. And yeah, they found out who it was because he didn't tie the freaking bag. Also, I just want to throw this in there before we wrap up the video. If you are gonna piss off of the catwalk, if you are gonna do that, just make sure like you get it overboard, because a lot of people just pee on the catwalks at night and it'll smell so fucking bad because they'll get it all over the place and it won't go overboard. Thank you guys so much for all the support though on these videos and watching these top 5s. If you want to see me do other top 5s, just let me know in the comments below. I have done a bunch of them. I will leave the playlist right over yonder. Social media below. I'll see you guys mañana. Goodbye.
Hello, darkness, my old friend. I've come to talk with you again, because a vision softly creeping.
Why? 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 Why?